While the family was watching TV, they noticed that their baby was totally fascinated by jellyfish. The dog saw this and decided he wanted to hit the beach to try his luck. He figured he could score one for the little one. The woman saw how pumped the dog was, so she gave him the green light to go. The dog grabbed a bucket in his mouth and started searching along the shoreline. The first thing he stumbled upon was a massive lobster, exactly like the one he'd seen on TV. Actually, there were 3 of them clustered together. The dog rushed over and picked them up one by one with his jaws, dropping them into the bucket. Right after that, he spotted a crab scurrying across the sand. He tried to snatch it, but the crab totally pinched him. Still, he used that moment to fling the crab into the bucket with a fast shake. Pretty soon, he located a red coral trout in the shallow water. With quick footwork and precise chomps, he successfully snagged it. Later, he came across abalone and oysters on the rocks. That day, the dog's haul was seriously impressive. Before long, he headed home and dumped all the seafood right into the kitchen sink. The woman was completely blown away by the amount. The dog seemed a little bummed out, mainly because he hadn't managed to catch a jellyfish for the baby. However, the woman quickly reassured him that he'd already done a fantastic job and promised to cook him a huge seafood feast that evening. She washed the lobsters and sliced them in half. Then she whipped up a sauce, blending mayonnaise, honey, mustard, egg yolk, and sugar until smooth. She smeared the sauce over the lobster, sprinkled cheese on top, and tossed them into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 minutes. And just like that, the cheesy baked lobsters were done. The dog took a bite and thought they were absolutely delicious. The woman also gave him a big chicken leg as a reward for his hard work. Would you want a dog like this? This guy got a fake tongue and just kept licking the cat beside him, since he heard that grooming a cat like that brings back memories of its mother. Once he started continuously licking, the cat really seemed to rediscover that childhood feeling, and tears were even welling up in its eyes. The cat was clearly missing its mom, so the guy comforted it, promising he would be its mom from now on. However, the cat kept sticking its tongue out, almost like it felt nostalgic for nursing, and it kept nuzzling and searching all across the guy's body. When the guy woke up the next day, he noticed several red marks had suddenly appeared on his chest. He initially figured they were just mosquito bites, but after another day passed, the red marks actually kept multiplying. Feeling a little freaked out, he placed a security camera next to his bed. Later that night, the cat unexpectedly popped up on the monitor, climbed right onto the guy, and kept suckling on his chest. The guy felt something was wrong and jolted awake. It turned out the cat truly viewed him as its mom and wanted milk, even though the cat was already fully grown. Plus, because of the cat, the guy hadn't slept well in days. Hoping to avoid being bothered while sleeping at night, he bought a massive mosquito net. But right after he brought it home, some cats climbed up and began chewing on it. Fortunately, the net was super sturdy, so they didn't bite entirely through it. Still, a few of them obviously had bad habits and ended up dirtying the netting. That night, all the cats basically slept directly on top of the mosquito net, and the net just couldn't handle the heavy weight and collapsed. Therefore, the guy had absolutely no choice but to buy a cage and literally lock himself inside. The cage was solid enough that it wouldn't get crushed, meaning the cats could only rest beside the bed. Yet, when he woke up in the middle of the night, he found himself completely surrounded by cats.